When it comes to brain food, fish are high on the list for most nutritionists, with a couple of caveats.
So I asked our nutritional expert to help us understand what to look for and what to look out for when we think about fish as the main course for dinner.
The reason fish has been promoted for decades as a good brain food, it has the essential omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, eicosapentaenoic acid, docosahexaenoic acid, which, like the saturated fats from coconut oil, are absolutely essential for normal brain function. Brain cells are very complicated, and they need a whole variety of fats, both saturated and unsaturated. The omega-3 fatty acids are what we call unsaturated fatty acids. The saturated fats from coconut oil are a different category of fats altogether, but the brain needs them all. And DHA particularly is necessary for brain development in utero when we're little embryos, also when we're young, babies. Our brain grows very quickly the first 2 years of life, and it really needs DHA and to some extent EPA. So it's very important for mothers and fathers to give their young kids, make sure they're getting DHA and EPA. Now, one of the problems with fish, of course, is the mercury issue. Fish live in the ocean. We're dumping, millions of tons of junk into the ocean, and it accumulates. And there's a lot of mercury in the ocean, and particularly the bigger predatory fishes like tuna and swordfish, which used to be my favorite, are loaded with mercury. Mercury is a brain toxin that can lead to multiple sclerosis and in Parkinson's and other neurodegenerative brain diseases. So with fish, you have to be careful. You always want wild fish as a start. And you want the smaller fishes like salmon, not the big, huge fishes like swordfish and tuna, as delicious as those things are. They accumulate mercury. The bigger the fish and the higher on the food chain, the more it accumulates mercury. And there are other, of course, toxins in the sea. Now, I like my fish from a group of Alaskan fishermen that got together, and they ship frozen fish from Alaska. They'll ship it anywhere in the U.S. Again, I know the owner, but I have no vested interest. I recommend them because they do a great job. They check their stuff. It's clean. It doesn't have any radiation poisoning coming in from Japan. They've checked all that. So you can often get wild fish locally from Alaska in your local supermarket or a Whole Food shop, for example. But these people in Alaska will ship legitimate, authentic, freshly caught, freshly frozen fish from Alaska anywhere in the country. So it has to be clean fish. You don't want the huge fishes like swordfish and tuna. Salmon's great. It's loaded with, again, if it's wild salmon, it will be loaded with the essential omega-3s, the EPA and DHA, which are necessary for normal brain function.
And of course, wild salmon is also especially good for cardiovascular health as well as brain health. To learn more about the Alaskan group Dr. Gonzalez mentioned, we have a link for you at healingquest.tv.